Hi everyone, welcome back to the AI language. So today we are going to look at the MCP builder, and this is a multi-agent system that you can use to build MCP servers using an AI assistant. So you just write prompts and it's going to build the entire server for you, and you can export the Python code directly to GitHub. Now let me show you the tool in action. So let me just copy this prompt over here. Now I do need an API key. So I'll click on settings and I don't have the API key over here. So I'll just go to Google AI Studio and take my API key from there. And the default model is going to be Gemini 3 Flash Preview because I have found that to be good enough for writing MCP servers. And let's click on save settings. And now I have my prompt over here. This is about creating the terminal MCP server, and let's click on send. So as you see, you can see that it says connecting to agent service, and now you'll see the responses coming in from the agent over here. So you first get an acknowledgement that it has received the request. It tries to read the documentation for MCP servers, and now it will come up with an execution plan. So it will have that number of steps in the execution plan. So create the directory structure for the terminal server, servers/terminal server, and an empty init.py to make it a Python package. Create the README file, and this file must include all these things. Then create the server, terminal server tools.py file, and so on, right? So it's coming up with a plan to build this, and it will go through each of these tasks one by one and write all these files, all right? So if you zoom out, you can actually see these files being written over here. So you have the servers directory, the terminal server directory, you have the readme.md file, you have the tools file, you have the main.py file, and all these files are now being written over here. Now I'm using the free version of Claude, so you can actually integrate this. I think a lot of students have this question about whether or not you can use MCP tools with the free version of Claude. And to do that, you just click on plus, and you have these connectors over here, and I'm going to turn off the old terminal server over here. So I just want this new one that has been written by the agent. Create a file success.txt and add the text. I created my first MCP server using a multi-agent system from the theailanguage.com. To do this, please use the terminal server and use the execute command or run command tool that's available in that server to run this terminal command to create the file and add the content to it. All right, so let's press enter and see what happens. Okay, so I get a Claude wants to execute a command from terminal server. So let's say always allow. All right, great. So the file has been created and it says I created my first MCB server. All right, that's a typo because of the voice, and using a multi-agent system from the theailanguage.com. Great. So that's all that we were interested in right now. And let's go ahead and VS Code and check this out. All right, so this is my Visual Studio Code, and I have opened the repository for MCP server examples. Let me just zoom in a bit, and you can see that this is the repository. This is my workspace, and this is the success.txt file that has been created. Let's just close this, and it says I created my first MCP server, should be P over here, using a multi-agent system from the theailanguage.com. All right, great. So this looks good, and this just shows that you can actually reduce the effort of creating an MCP server to a few minutes of prompting rather than a few hours of writing all the code. And I think that benefit would be much larger for more complex systems. So this multi-agent system is specifically built for making model context protocol servers. So it has a lot of context around what is the MCP syntax, what are the different libraries, and what are the different classes that are available, and how you can use that to build these servers. All right, but as you can see, the main USP of this agent is that it can help you speed up your MCP server development by actually typing simple prompts and getting the entire server code with proper logging, with proper readme files and proper error handling, etc. in a few prompts rather than actually spending a lot of time in writing all the code. And compared to some of the other AI tools or chat tools that might be out there, this actually has proper context on the latest MCP developments. So it can actually use that information to build, tools which are or servers which are most recent. So you simply go to the theailanguage.com and click on start building over here. And here's where you actually land on the builder view. You have the AI assistant on the left over here. Let me just zoom in, and you can see that it says, hello, I'm your AI coding assistant. Describe the MCP server or agent you want to build, and I will generate the code for you. All right. Then you have the code editor over here. So as the agent builds the files, you'll see the files come in over here, and you can actually then click on any one of the files, and you can actually go and see the content of that file over here. And of course you also have the export to GitHub. So you can actually go over here, click on this button, which is the export to GitHub button, and once you click on that, you'll actually have an option to connect your repository to your code editor over here and export all the code over there. And you also have the header over here with the current workflow that is being selected. So you can see the main workflow over here, and you can click on the drop down to create new workflows. You can also click on the save workflow option over here on this end to save it. You can actually change to a lighter theme if you wish to do that. And you can also download the code by clicking the download button over here. In the AI assistant window, you can actually see the history of all the chats that you have. You can reset a chat if you'd like to by clicking on this button. And you can also click on the settings icon over here. And if you click on that, you actually get the assistant settings. So you can choose your AI provider. Right now we have just one, which is Google Gemini. You do need to get your own Gemini API key to handle billing for all the AI usage. So you'll be responsible for all the billing that comes your way. There's no specific subscription right now on this website to use this product. So you can use it for free in this early preview, and we might have ways of subscribing and using this later on without adding a key. You can select one of the Gemini models over here. The default is Gemini 3 Flash Preview, and there are some other settings over here that you can actually use. Do read through all the important usage information and other pop-ups that come over here. This is a very early stage experimental product. It's an alpha preview, but it works pretty well in my experience, and you can actually use it as a preview and try to understand how it works for you. Let me show you what I was able to accomplish with this MCP builder. And to do that, let me open the terminal server that I built. Now this is an MCP server that can actually run terminal commands. All right. So I just said, I'm building a course on Model Context Protocol, and I want to teach my students how to build an MCP server. I want to start with a basic example where they can build an MCP server and connect to Cloud Desktop. This was actually spoken into a mic, so there might be some typos in the prompt itself. The MCP server works on STD-IO transport, and it can basically run commands in the terminal on a MacBook, on Linux, on Windows. And it has a great README file with very detailed instructions on how to do that and how to set this up. So it should also have a lot of comments added to all the files so that the students can read through it and understand what each of the code aspects is doing. Write this MCP server for me, please. And I'm going to call this the terminal server. So I gave that server a name. All right. And now, as you can see, it has actually gone through and built all these files for me. So it has a requirements file, a README file, a license and attribution file, and then it has a terminal server folder with a workspace where it will actually do all the work. And then it has an environment file, a main.py file, which is the server code, and a tools.py file, which is the execute command tool, or the tool that can actually help the server run the command. All right. And if you look at the main.py file, so you can see that, it has a basic logging setup, and it loads the environment file. It has added all the comments on, what it's working on and why is it actually doing something, right? And then it tries to import the execute command tool. It has the main function over here, where it initializes the MCP server. Again, there's all the comments added over here by the agent. Then you add the execute command tool, and then you finally run it with the STD-IO transport. So that is the basic server. And then you can also see that it uses the latest terminology for MCP server. So you might have heard that fast MCP has been rebranded to MCP server, because that is the main library that is used to make servers. So they're just directly calling it MCP server now. And this is using that from the latest MCP SDK. You also have the tools file over here. So, you have the logger, you have the workspace setup, and then you have, the execute command tool. And over here, again, you can see that you have all the, comments around what is being done in the tool. And then you have the result from the subprocess.run. And you have the error catching, etc. I did have some rework with the agent to actually add some kind of things like specific workspaces to define the directories in which the agent can work. So it should not go outside of those directories, and so on. So you can see that in the history over here. So that I think I've had 3 chats with this agent. And I had some chats to update the README file properly with all the instructions on how to run this particular agent. So you can actually go to the menu and click on Claude and then settings. And if you do that, you'll come to this particular page, and then you have the developer option over here, and you have the edit config button over here. So you can click on this and open the file. Alright, so this is the file that we have opened, which is the Claude desktop config.json file. And as you see, I've added my terminal server over here, and it's added with the Python 3 command. You can also use the UV command over here. And we have the arguments where I have my MCP server examples repository cloned, to which I actually push the terminal server code. And I have the main.py file mentioned over here. And I've also provided a workspace. So as you see that, I have provided a workspace folder over here. And for this, I needed to do a few more iterations with that agent to, define the workspace and so on, as I showed you earlier. So this is how I've set up my Claude desktop config.json file. Now, once you have this in place, if you open up Claude desktop, you can see in Claude desktop all the servers that you have. I'm not using the arithmetic server right now, and this is an older version that I've written myself. This is the version that has been written by the agent, and I have the workspace defined over here as an environment variable. And now I can actually go back to the home screen and try to use this. Again, for now, this is free to use for everyone. You can just bring in your own Gemini API key and add it there. Please do note it is a very early stage experimental tool, and there could be errors or issues like data loss or security risks. So it's prudent to use this in a cautious way. Don't put any sensitive data on this tool. And also, if you use a key, please use a dedicated key for the system. You can just rotate this key after each use in this early stage of the tool. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you the next time where we can build even more complicated MCP servers.